Wouldn't it be great to stick to walls like a gecko? Or like a frog? Both of these animals are sticky, but how? Let's find out on this episode of Creature Features. This is the fabulous Dr. Katie Date, who knows a whole heap about geckos and frogs. Katie, these animals seem to have this amazing ability to stick to walls and even upside down. How are they doing it?
So they might seem really similar, but actually they've evolved this ability completely independently. So for one thing, frogs are amphibians and geckos are reptiles, but for both of them, it's all about their toe pads.
The fact that they're called toe pads is really cute. Let's start with frogs. Can you tell me about their toe pads?
Up close, a frog's toe pad looks a bit like a wobbly soccer ball. They're made up of these cells, and between each cell is channels, and then within each of those cells, there's more channels. Into these channels, frogs can secrete mucus, which can be drawn into the channels by capillary action, the same way water gets drawn up into a straw or into tiny gaps in paper towel. And just like a wet paper towel, a frog can stick to a wall. So they're sort of using a mechanism called wet adhesion to help them stick to things.
Right, so when something is sticking and it's using a mucus or a liquid, that's wet adhesion.
Yeah. We also know that there's a lot more going on as well with frog feet, but the main thing is they're wet.
But geckos are completely different.
Yes. So looking at their feet, we've got these ridges, and then if you look even closer than that, you can see that there's these tiny hair-like structures in there as well. So those tiny hair-like structures then branch out into these almost spatula-shaped parts on the end of them. All these tiny spatulae allow the gecko to get close enough to a surface that the molecules themselves can interact. And when those two interact together, they actually create these electrostatic forces. They're weak, but when you times that by the millions of hairs there are, it's really powerful and it can hold the gecko up.
So geckos are literally harnessing the power of electrostatic forces to stick to the wall.
Correct. And then to release that attraction, they just peel their toes back.
So that's completely different to frogs and their wet adhesion.
Yes, but it's possible that frogs are also using a bit of these electrostatic forces as well to help them stick.
The fact that these animals have evolved to stick completely independently is absolutely awesome, but why do it? Like, why be sticky in the first place?
The main thing is that by having this ability to stick and to climb up all sorts of surfaces has really given the frogs and geckos that have this ability some competitive advantage. So not all frogs and geckos can climb, so it allows them to get into areas that other animals wouldn't be able to reach.
What are they getting into these areas for though? Like, what's there?
One of the main things is they're trying to get to food. So if one particular frog can reach into an area that another one can't, they've got a competitive advantage over the other frogs. For frogs in particular, I think it's really important because they live in such a wet environment, so that wet adhesion really helps them move through their environment well. On the flip side, you've got geckos who live in a drier environment, so their method of using those forces to stick to things really helps to navigate those drier environments.
It also seems like it's probably like a good escape mechanism as well.
Yeah, so you can also imagine it helps protect them from predators that might not be able to reach into those higher up places. It allows them to escape from them.
Katie, thank you so much for coming in and sticking it out with us. It's been absolutely fascinating.
You're welcome. It's been fun.
While we're down here on the ground, frogs and geckos are up there making use of an entirely different environment. Being able to stick to walls and even ceilings is a pretty incredible adaptation. Did you enjoy this episode? If you did, make sure to follow the link and discover all the ways you are connected to our wondrous planet.